We're Al and Deb from Gold Coast, Queensland. We just got back from Bali, organised new house and dog sitters, and then we headed down to Foster, New South Wales for a fun family Christmas before driving back to Brisbane and hopping on a P&O 3-night short cruise to nowhere. So we've just driven for how many hours?
Probably 7.
Yeah, 7 hours. We were down at Foster seeing the family for Christmas, and then we tried to get parking, no parking left, so we parked in the airport. So we've just arrived at the cruise terminal. You can see it behind us here. We're at the cruise terminal now, and we got an Uber from the airport, and people online were saying that Uber's like $50. It's not. They were lying. It's only like $28 or something like that. So that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's been pretty easy. Straight to the airport. We got straight here. The Uber turned up straight away. Now it's got to wait about half an hour before we can board. We hope.
Far away another day. Simple things will come my way. It'd be worth it, stay with me. But they will drag us in the dirt. Say the things to make us hurt, but I'll never give you up. Standing with love that will never go away. I will protect you always. Standing with love that will never go away. I will protect you.
So we're in room 14304, and this is what it looks like before it's too messed up with our stuff. This is the view in Brisbane Port.
Swamp.
The view of the swamp, Alan said. Oh, and if we look down, we've got the view of the neighbours. Where's your drink base?
No, I'm waiting for you to get it.
It's before lunch, not happening.
If we find that your time is going up, I'm going to give you the wave, and that's time to wrap it up. So, are we ready?
So I've done plenty of cruises, right? What I can work out on a 3-day cruise, because this is our first 3-day cruise, is they're quite packed. There's a lot of people on the cruise, and it must be because they're a cheap alternative for a holiday. You're not paying for 14 days, you're only paying for the 3. So this cruise is pretty packed. There's lots of lines, and I think everyone is trying to cram in everything they can in 3 days. Everyone's go, 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 go. We've been on this ship before, and quite often you'd walk past the pool and there'd be no one there, but everywhere I look, it's packed. So just be aware, if you're getting a short cruise, expect it to be really active. The longer cruise, there'll be less people around, people are more relaxed, because they know they've got extra time to fit things in.
Oh, look. Ow. There's a little penguin. How cute. Look. He's taped up a bit.
Were you my old math teacher?
So the funniest thing just happened. We just ran into someone that Alan used to teach, and it was a teenage boy who just told Al that he was his favourite teacher ever and how he was so cool and nice, and the other teachers are all cranky. So Al's got a bit of a head swell at the moment about that.
Yeah, being cool and nice and friendly after 20 years has taken its toll. All those kids have turned me into a cranky old man.
Go for it, Al. Was that part of the Macarena or something? Something that's changed since the last cruise too is the dining options. So in previous cruises that we've done, you always booked into a restaurant, and then you're at that same restaurant every night, and you got to know the wait staff and all those sort of things. They've changed it this time, so when you jump on board, you go down to the restaurant or you use the app and you make a reservation. So we were given 8 o'clock, I think, but we changed that to 7:15, and then they place you in 3 different restaurants because there's 3 free restaurants on board. So the first one was the waterfront restaurant, then
Dragon Lady?
Yeah, Dragon Lady.
What a
yeah.
weird name for a restaurant that is, Dragon Lady. Oh yeah, went down and saw Dragon Lady for dinner.
And then the third one, it was an Italian restaurant. Can you remember
That's
what
tonight.
was? No, we already did that one first. We did the Italian restaurant first, which was like really good food. It was really nice. And so was the Dragon Lady food. That was really good too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Last
Asian.
night. Asian food. And then
What's tonight's?
tonight's the waterfront restaurant.
Okay. That's probably seafood.
No,
Steak.
I can't remember what the name of the Italian one was.
So what they've done is they've just kept the same menu in each restaurant, but they're making the guests change restaurants each night. I don't know if it's because it's only a 3-night deal and it's easier for them just to do 3 nights of the same menu instead of changing the menus in the restaurant, or is they do it all the time. I don't know. I have no idea.
No, I don't know either, but I think it's good.
Yeah,
It's good.
it's good for 3 nights.
I did prefer the other way because they used to do it that you're in the same restaurant, but every night the theme changed. So they'd do an Italian night, or they'd do an French
Asian
night, or an
French
Asian night.
Yeah.
And it's probably better.
Remember the old days? You used to get escargot and all that sort of stuff. All those days are gone. And you used to get the entertainment by the waiting staff where they used to dance Italian style. That doesn't happen anymore. What else did they do? They used to do lots of things like that. Oh, you knew the waiter by the first name. Now it's too busy. But then again, that could be just because it's a 3-night cruise. Yeah, it's still okay. It's still good.
It's good. We'll see. See you on the next one.
So, what are you going to talk about?
I don't know.
We are up in the nightclub, which is on the back of the ship, aft, way up high, above everything. And see that shaking? That's because it's on these big poles suspended above the ship. And every time we hit the wave, it rocks. So if you come to the nightclub and you start rocking,
That's what you should be doing.
that's what you should be doing. It's not just the alcohol, it's the whole ship.
Yeah, it vibrates quite a bit. You'll probably hear it in a minute anyways. It's a bit windy outside at the moment, so
It's
get a good rattle going.
yeah, it's a little bit rough,
Oh, there it goes
which is
again.
good because it keeps a lot of people in their rooms. Yeah,
Which is not where you want to be when you're on a cruise,
yeah.
is it?
No.
Alan's saying that though because it's a 3-day cruise, it has been pretty full on most places that we've gone. So Alan will be happy if half of the people were in their cabin, so then he doesn't have to get in a line for anything.
Yeah. But we've only just discovered this. This is our last day. Tomorrow morning we get off. We've only... Oh, there's the shaking. This nightclub during the daytime is pretty much empty. It's a really cool spot to get 360-degree views of the ocean. This is the spot to come to, I think.
Especially if you want just some quiet time during your cruise, because during the day it's just lots of tables and great views, and not many people up here at all, where everyone usually crams into the other spaces on the bars and places down there.
Now, another thing I wanted to point out is this is between Christmas and New Year's Eve. You would expect there to be a lot of kids on the ship. You don't really see them much.
No, I think they're all in the kids club and stuff like that. There's not a great deal around.
Like some cruises we've been on, there's kids everywhere and they end up driving you crazy after a while. I love kids, but not all the time. Yeah, but we're not really seeing them. That's been good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else, what's been one of the highlights of this trip, do you think?
The highlights of this trip? Actually have enjoyed it quite a lot.
For a quick 3-day, because this is I don't know if we've said it, but this is our first 3-day short cruise. So we didn't really know what to expect. But we have enjoyed it. It's a great breakaway, and especially considering if we were to stay, in Surfers Paradise, for example, for 3 nights, it would have cost us probably double what this cruise costs. It's very economically friendly.
Value for money? Yeah, definitely value for money. We've met several people. We've had good chats over dinner and stuff.
Brekkie,
in the theatres, in the shows, we've talked to people.
It's good, yeah, it's really social. You can be as social or as recluse as you like on a cruise. You can get out there and meet everyone, and everyone's just there to have the same good time as you are. We did have
bloody food, too much food.
We did. I was just going to say, because it's still up to you if you want to wear a mask or not. Alan did have a little episode. Remember when the lady told him to put his mask on? Everywhere you go, the first day and getting on board, you had to wear a mask, and getting off, you have to wear a mask, which everyone did. But then once you got on board, after the first, I don't know, probably 4 hours, everyone's masks, or
disappeared.
Let's just say not everyone, but let's just say 75% of people never wore masks. Okay, so a little bit about the cost of the cruise. Our cruise cost us, if we wanted an inside cabin, it was $350 a person for the 3 nights. We chose to get a balcony because we figured if we're stuck on the ship due to COVID, at least we can go outdoors. So I think the cabin cost us $500 each, so about $900, and I think it was $9.99 or something like that for the 3 nights. It includes all your meals, but if you do want to go and get a specialty meal, you can go and book into one of those Luke salmon
there's
restaurant.
cafes and stuff. That
You
you can pay extra to get other food, but you don't have to. The types of food, the variety of food, and the amount of it's, you can get away with not buying any food at all.
So I think there's a steak restaurant and there's a seafood restaurant and there's a pizza place and a burger place,
Yeah,
and an ice cream place.
Yeah.
They're all ones that you can pay for. But with the 3 restaurants that are on board that come with your cruise and also the buffet, there's plenty of options. You don't really need to buy anything else if you don't want to.
No.
Yeah.
The food's been good.
In the restaurants.
In the restaurants, buffet, it's acceptable. Drinks, well, we actually bought on board with us quite a few cans of Coke.
6 cans
Six
of Coke
cans
Zero.
of Coke, because you can bring your own soft drink and stuff onto the ship.
And they don't sell Coke Zero on board. They only sell Pepsi.
Yeah, it's only Pepsi products.
So if you're a Coke drinker, you might want to consider bringing I think you can bring up to 10 or 12 cans in your hand luggage if you want to.
Oh, yeah, it's a small carton.
We just brought 6 with us.
The cocktails are around $16.
Yeah, cocktails are $16 now, and the spirits are about $11 now. So those prices have gone up a little bit. What else? Bingo. If you want to play bingo, it's $30 for a card.
Many
something.
years ago, we played bingo, and it got to the last day of a 14-day cruise, and Bugger Lugs here, myself, won the jackpot. We paid for the next cruise. How much was
you
it?
won like $6,300 or something.
$6,300. I said to everyone that was with us, come on, let's go celebrate. I'm shouting, but it was the last night, and everyone wanted just to go to bed, pack their stuff, go to bed. So it was a double win. I didn't have to buy any drinks as well.
Yeah, and you were up on stage and you were dancing and
Yeah, it was the younger days before Cranky Owl. But
before Cranky Owl.
Cranky Owl.
Yeah, so bingo, it's like, expensive to play, but if you win, you're laughing.
Yeah.
What else is there?
Entertainment's been okay.
Yeah.
It is a comedy cruise. I would have expected to see a lot more comedy in all the bars as you walk past on the ship, but it's only really been comedy in the main auditorium. We did see a comedy workshop, which was basically karaoke comedy.
Oh, it was for people that
Wanted to go into competition to be
wanted to have a go at seeing what it's like to be a comedian. They could have a little stand-up audience. So that was good. I thought it was good.
In fact, there's not a really lot of live
Excuse me.
entertainment in the bars
Oh yeah, there's music
compared to some ships. There is some music, but
There's
not,
music in the bars.
Yeah.
And we saw a comedy show last night, and he was good. I can't remember his name, but he was funny. He was a guy from the USA, pretty funny, and married a Aussie chick.
Yeah. We also saw the matinee show
For the seven, which was a dance
Dancers and
about the
Singers.
7 deadly sins.
And
That was really good.
If you haven't seen the live shows or the performers on a cruise ship before, they're pretty high quality.
Yeah. A few years ago, probably about 10 years ago, the quality of the shows did go down and their costumes were pretty dagging. They had holes in things and stuff. But watching yesterday's show, they've improved significantly. It was high quality, the performance.
Technology has come a long way.
Oh no, just the dances and the costumes and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely they have the technology now, which they didn't.
They're just not as good as singers as myself.
No, they were good singers.
What else have we done?
Maybe you should sing to everyone so they know what you're talking about.
Oh no, that's a completely whole video in itself.
Well, they saw you dancing. Okay, we're on our final morning of the cruise. We're just in the bar, actually. It's 6:30 in the morning. We're just in the bar waiting to be told we can disembark.
Bloody tired.
Alan's tired.
Yeah.
I'm a bit tired looking.
They're really well organised though. It's really well organised. As soon as it's time for us to get off, it won't take long to get the luggage and get an Uber, get back to the airport, pick up the car, and I
Go
reckon...
and see our dogs.
What?
Go and see our dogs.
Go see our dogs, yes, and enjoy the M1 traffic.